Hello everyone, my name is Guerra Topete, and for my problem solution speech I wanted to talk about an issue that I believe is happening around globally, but I'd say it's more prominent here in the US, which is police brutality against Black and POC. So I wanted to talk about this because I think it's an issue that everyone should be aware about and should be able to talk about. And yeah, but basically, what is police brutality and why is it an issue? Police brutality is cops thinking that they are above the law, they can overstep their boundaries, and basically just abuse of their own power. And it's an issue because in the year 2020, there has already been more than 980 killings done by cops this year, and there has only been 16 days where a person was not killed by a cop. So I think that's an issue because we shouldn't normalize cops killing people, because I think there's always an issue. Not an issue, my fault. There's always a solution other than killing a person. But I just wanted to talk about those numbers for a quick second. Of those 980 people, there was it was 28% of them were Black, which is a little disproportionate, knowing that they only make up 13% of the US, while white people make up 76%. And you can just see how those numbers don't really add up, how they're disproportionate to each other. And of the cops that have killed these people, there was only 1.7% of them were actually convicted of the crime. So there's essentially 98.3% of cops that walk around and are basically licensed murderers. But yeah, so, and also statistically, Black people are 3 times more likely to be killed by cops than a white person. And also, white officers are more likely to use force, including a gun, in Black residents, and hire Black residents than a Black cop is to use any force or even a gun. I want to talk about a case study that was done between the years of 2013 to 2016 on 2 different cities. They were Buffalo, Nevada, and Orlando, Florida. And what they did in Buffalo was they started to reform their system and change techniques, while in Orlando they remained the same. And what they came to find out within those 3 years was in Buffalo, a city that was made up of 50% POC, had 0 killings, while in Orlando they had, which was a city made up of 42% POC, had 13 killings. So basically, right off the bat, you can see that this isn't an issue of race, this is an issue of law enforcement, police officers, and ways that we can start changing or, fixing this situation is by reforming the police, demilitarizing them, defunding them. But a way to reform them is by increasing educational standards, start hiring officers that have degrees in sociology, psychology, or just have graduated from college, because it shows that police officers that graduated college are 40% less likely to use force. So then I just feel like that number just makes a big difference. And also officers who attend college learn and obtain different cultural differences, so they're able to understand communities, and communities that have officers that did graduate are a lot more satisfied than officers that didn't graduate. And a thing that I wanted to touch up on was that officers only go through 600 hours of training, while barbers and cosmetologists go through almost 2,000 hours. So I think it's a little bizarre that someone that has to cut someone's hair has to go through more training than an officer who deals with actual human lives every day. So I think they're a little bit both a little bizarre to me. But also, when I say demilitarize the police, I mean that we should stop sending them military equipment, because it shows that police departments that aren't supplied with military equipment are less likely to kill people, while as departments that are constantly being supplied with military equipment kill a lot more people. And lastly, we should start defunding the police. Our tax dollars should start going more into schools, healthcare, and other vital programs that are going to help strengthen our communities than going to police departments, because the only thing that that money is going to give them is to keep supplying them with that military equipment. But to conclude, I think that defunding and reforming polices are going to help free up resources and, you know, decrease the amount of unnecessary killings that are done on many people every year.